Okay. So then chapter 8 is same. It's also a part of that or idea that how to increase bodhicitta, right? Chapter 7, 8, 9. These three are teaching us how to increase bodhicitta, how to develop bodhicitta. So therefore, all these points, the Shantideva Guide to Bodhisattva Way of Life is teaching us how to cultivate and not decrease, and how to increase bodhicitta. Okay. All the points that how to do bodhicitta practice, right? And then chapter 8, it's a meditation. Here said it, some then meditation. We also learn part of meditation or shamatha or concentration in Lamrim, right? The difference here is in Lamrim to teaching us to shamatha or serenity or meditations in general. It's common serenity, common calm abiding, common meditations, common with all these Buddhists and non-Buddhists, common to all what called the Theravada's practitioner and Mahayana practitioner. That's the common serenity, common meditation is taught. And here in this chapter, that talks that meditation is like a more uncommon one. It's like the talking that serenity or shamatha or meditation with the cultivating of like a method of changing self and others, right? That teaching here shamatha or meditation with the practicing of changing self and others. Therefore, it says here the uncommon serenity. Okay, but whether you call uncommon serenity or common serenity, single pointed or concentration as the same, they are no different. The difference is object. Here, more generating meditation with the changing self and others. It's only the Mahayana, right? But in Lamrim or other texts also talk about meditation. It's you can generate meditation with any object, right? It's not necessary that it's changing self and others. So therefore it's common, okay? General one, that's the difference. And also here, the how to talk the single pointed, like a shamatha or meditations. The first part talks about that how to eliminate distraction, and then talks how when the times talks to here generating meditation or generating shamatha, then it's part of that. It talks here changing self and others. It kind of two parts, right? The one thing is try to challenging with the cause of distractions or eliminating cause of distraction and its distraction itself, and then generating shamatha with the changing self and others. Okay, so that's the difference. Therefore, you should understand there are many different methods to cultivate meditation or shamatha. Here translated as meditation, maybe you might have confused, but it's saying something in Tibetan, something is same as shamatha, serenity, okay? or karma biting. Okay. So now here, having developed enthusiasm in this way, I should place my mind in concentrations. For the man whose mind is distracted, or for the person, right, whose mind is distracted, dual between the fangs of disturbing conceptions. The fangs is not really talking about the animal. It's just like a distractions here, Charles, right? And then what is distraction? The fangs, duality fang, the fangs is here talks about the more mental afflictions, because mental afflictions are the main cause of distractions, right? Okay, one thing I'll let you aware or attention on that. Whenever here translated as a man or woman or whatever, your mind shouldn't go in gender. What called gender? Yeah, your mind shouldn't go in gender. So just more focus on a meaning. What really I want to learn from it, okay? So therefore, this is analyzes the Buddha taught us, do not look at, do not focus on a person, more focus on a person's topic, the teaching. Even teaching, do not focus too much, not really focus on a word, more focus on the meaning, right? So therefore, whenever we see here some kind of different word or some kind of okay, anyhow, if you see some kind of different words, not change your emotion. Do not let change your emotion. Okay? Use only your wisdom and use your logic, and then read it together. It will be more better help. Or definitely you can have question whenever you see that, that's no problem, but not affected by emotion. Okay, so now, for example, you say for the man. Actually, in this is how we translate it in Tibetan. Not really say it's a man, right? The other thing is now me is not really man. Me is person, human being. That is it. Human being. It could be he or she, right? So, but me translate here as a man, but not necessary. That's the part, and then we'll come more like this when we talk about how to eliminating attachment, how to challenge. That comes here. That definitely you can have question. You're very welcome to have question, but more focus on the meaning. Okay. Okay. So the Fangs here talks about the mental affliction, which is cause of distraction, right? In general, all these mental afflictions are distracted to us. And in specific, when we cultivate shamatha or kamabiting, that asanga text saragabhumi, the five mental afflictions mentioned on that, which is distracted to us. Okay, for in order to cultivating kamabiting. Otherwise, again, in general, all these mental afflictions are distracted to us. Okay, so now what are the five mental affliction talks about the distracted to cultivating shamatha? Are the attachment, hatred, pride, ignorance, and then I think it talks about doubt, kind of like a 6. Oh, sorry. It's a jealousy. Okay, let me repeat again. Attachment, jealousy, hatred, ignorance, and what else is?
Pride.
What's that?
Pride.
Oh yeah, pride. Yes, pride. These 5 are mentioned in Sarvaga Bhumis. That is it Sarvaga Bhumis translated in English?
I don't think so.
Okay, actually, the Sarvaga Bhumi, the Asanga text, it talks like lot about karma biting meditations, in general one, not that some like here. It's general how to cultivate meditations. Okay, these 5 mental afflictions are special disturbing us to cultivate karma biting. So dual between the fangs of disturbing conception means that, okay? Yeah. And so, but through solitude of body and mind, no distractions will occur. Therefore, one should forsake the worldly life and complete destroyed conceptions. Okay. So the okay, solitude body and solitude mind. The solitude body, talking here, you should stay with the more, the place that you're not distracted to you. Not distracted is not only the noisy things, right? Of course, the noisy is one of the distracted to us to when we cultivate karma biting. But the annoying, anything that annoy to you, that place is not good for you. This is, you are not solid to your body, right? So like say, think something in your inside house, which is annoying you, or outside of your house, which is annoying you, then it is not, you are not solitude. So that therefore solitude body means that you have to choose a place that which is not annoying to you, which is not have a noisy, which is do not have like a bad energy, right? This is the state. So once your body is more isolated, yeah. Once your body is more isolated, and it's very much help you to mind isolated, but still you need some kind of idea to how mind isolated, because even your quiet place, even you are single, no one like disturbing you, but still the mind continues to disturb to you, right? Because of mental reflections. That's one thing. So yeah, you need a both isolate body and mind. As we are beginner practitioner, not always said that you are forever isolated, right? It not says you're forever to sit in the solid place. It's not said that. So as you are beginner, as your mind is not strong enough, then you should get more good cause and condition to support you to cultivate meditation, karma, that the places depend, right? The one we should find the perfect place, and then this is the one cause and condition, and we should find the perfect idea to how to deal with the mind. So and then let's say solitude, body and mind, I can say here, definitely yes. The solitude body, you should to find place more quiet and not annoy you. If you're no option, that's okay. There's still we can do something, right? If there are no option that you can find a place which is more quiet and there are nothing to annoy to you, there are nothing to having like a bad energy, right? So if you do not have any choice, but it's okay. Mainly, as well as your ethics practice, morality practice is perfect with the 10 virtues that really help us to isolate it, body and mind. But you need once you are doing the practice of 10 virtues, you need a mindfulness, that's important, right? You have to remember every time that what you do practice, and then pay attention what you should do or shouldn't do in order to engage in 10 virtue practice. So that help you us to isolate body and mind. The morality practice, because it helps you to reduce your many negative thought. So you are training your body's actions, you are training your the verbal actions, but same time it's help your mind, right? Because it's all actions, even your body actions and verbal actions, it is connected to your motivation and intentions. It's automatically connected to your mind, right? So therefore, that as well, you always attention that, oh, I cannot kill this and that. I cannot lie, and then shouldn't lie. I cannot use harsh word. Remember it, then try to not do it. Not use the harsh word. Not use the divisive speech. So that, as I said, this is help us to isolate body and mind if there are no choice. But if you have an option and choice, find a good place where shouldn't have like a bad energy and which is not annoying you by anything, right? It could be inside of your house, it could be outside of your house. Okay. And then I think it also talks more about the next two line. Therefore, one should forsake the worldly life. Forsake. What does it mean, forsake?
Forsake is like to
abandon?
Yeah.
Okay. Therefore, one should forsake the worldly life. Again, it's not saying you are abandon worldly life. You detach anything. It's not really, it says that here, because these next two are the idea to how isolated your body and mind, how you solidate your body and mind, right? Therefore, it says first one, one should forsake the worldly life for solidifying your body, and then discard the destroyed conceptions for settling your mind. Okay, so forsake the worldly life. What does it really mean here? In general, it said like make your environment better. Like say, stay with a friend who have faith, You stay with a friend who have like a yeah, say not disturbing to your practice. This is the one general. We do sometimes pray. In prayer also, we wish that I will never go under the evil friends. Always be a meet with the virtuous friends. Sometimes we do have a prayer like that. As we do have a prayer, we should think that way. So do not stay with the evil friends. Stay with the more virtuous friends. That help you to solidify your body. Right? So you are very much busy with taking care of your relative. It could be the worldly life, which we should forsake it, which we should stay away from it. Okay. Because these are also distracted, right? Therefore, the worldly life here refers to the evil friends, refers to the too much taking care of relative and friends, and you know, it worldly concern as well, right? It worldly concerns also refers to the worldly life, and then here directly talking to worldly life is too much like involved in the family's things, and then staying always with the evil friends, because that never let you cultivate concentrations or meditations. It does never let you have solitude body, right? Therefore, while you can, if you are like a decided to do, okay, 1 month or 2 months I'm doing practice, this and that. So then you have to forget this all, you are too much involving in your family's issue things. Relative. Oh yeah, okay. So that will be more explained, Shantideva will be more explained later, how to detach for these things, you know. And then, okay, this is refers to these are the refers to the worldly life, which one should forsake, one should stay away from, still one should abandon. Abandon is all your body connection. The body connection is abandoning. Your mental is not abandoning, right? So that's as well. You know, Lama Tsongkhapa says in Lamrim how much is important having wisdom. If you have a wisdom, then stay away from evil friends and holding them by compassion is not contradictory, right? So otherwise you say stay away from evil, then you might think, okay, and it means I shouldn't think them, it means I shouldn't compassion them, it means I shouldn't have love to them. Then you might think that, but it's not. Love should continue to all beings. Your compassion also connected with the all beings every time continuously. At the same time, your activities or your body disconnected with these things, it's worked. Only your body is disconnecting, okay? So, but again, your mind too much involved, again, even your body is disconnected, but still your mind is too much involved in the family member's issue or thinking on that, then it's not really makes difference. As well as your body is disconnecting, then you think less. You think less, which is brings you distracted. So that help, right? All the point you are disconnecting with them, evil friends, and whoever distracted you, whatever distracted you. It's you are disconnected them because you want to help them better. You want to benefit to them better. Make sense? You understand, right? If you want to make benefit for better or help them better way, then you have to cultivate all this good quality. And then sometime you have to get disconnected with them. Right? It's not say forever. And then next, say here, completely and completely destroyed conceptions. The destroyed conceptions here, not saying every single conceptions, right? Right? Destroyed conception here. If you think it's destroyed every single conceptions, then it's not different than Hashang. Hashang is said it. The conception, all conceptions are obstacle. Therefore, you meditate on thoughtless. Hashang said it, right? Therefore, here destroyed conception is not really said every single conceptions. Because as you are thinking, changing self and other, it still is conception. It is conception. The thought is conceptions, right? That you shouldn't destroy it. You are thinking how to detach it to each things, which is destroying us, which is disturbing me to cultivate shamatha. Again, these are the conceptions. Okay, so here destroy conception means that earlier is mentioned that 5 in general mental afflictions are, or like a special the 5 mental afflictions, which is often disturbing us to for generating shamatha or karma binding. Okay, clear? Okay. Now the next few the stanzas, verses are talking that how forsake the worldly life. You know, it says one should forsake the worldly life, and also said discard, destroy the conceptions. Now next line are talking these two, the idea for these two, how to do it. Right? So the first one is how I should forsake the worldly life. And then way beginning say, okay, everything is attachment, that you have to detach it. So, okay. The verses 3, worldly life is not forsaken because of attachment. Is it to people? Not really.
It's like that's like implied. It's not actually there.
Oh, okay. Chakwe chita nye sola sibe chile mi bonde dewe tita yung pongla kebe tita cheparcha. Okay. Worldly life is not forsaken because of attachment. And due to craving for materials gain and the like, therefore I should entirely forsake these things. For this is the way is which the wish above.
No. For this is the way in which the wise behave.
Oh, wise behave. Okay. So for this is the way it's which the wise behave. Okay. So entirely forsake these things. So that means again here above talks about that worldly life. It's also connected with the worldly aid concerning, right? Worldly aid worldly concerning. So the most of us worldly concerning is very much associated with attachment. All right. So therefore, it says like material gaining things, and then and so others are like means like other worldly concerns are. Therefore, the forsake all these things, worldly concerning, craving, and attachment. And then for this is the way which the wise behave. Okay. Yeah. So the wise, many times we have the wise men or not foolish men, or wise persons or foolish persons. We might have a many misconception about it, right? So the worldly are thinking if someone comes to you to fight, then your fighting back is wise. Your hiding is not wise, foolish, right? And you defeating them is wise. What is the opposite of defeat?
Gaining victory over them.
Yeah, you're gaining victory.
You say winning, but like we don't really say winning.
Becoming victims.
No. If you're defeated, then you are a victim. That's the opposite of being defeated is gaining victory. Or winning.
Again, what is the opposite of defeat?
To win, to gain victory. Over.
Opposite.
Yeah, the opposite of defeat.
Okay. Okay. So anyhow, that's how things, right? That we defeated them. That we are wise, and then we lose, then we are foolish. That's the most of people think. The here wise, who is really wise in world? If you really want to be example, then I can say Bodhisattvas are wise. None of us. Right? So the wise means who really knows things that the huge gaining things, like a huge gaining means one things, which things when gain we will have forever. That wise, right? And temporarily gaining things, not really say wise. So therefore, if you really want to be example who is the wise, I say Bodhisattvas are the very wise. So therefore, so even we are, how we are not wise, because just attachment to small things that we cannot let it go, but we know it's destroying us. We know it's disturbing us, but you are patient with this suffering, and you not let it go. Even you knows that it's disturbing it, right? That's not really wise. That's not, here said that, for this is the way in which the wise behave, which is detaching on eight worldly concerning, which is detach on every single things that which is disturbing us and bringing us suffering, right? Okay. So sometimes you argue with the other, the quiet could be wise, then talks loud, even you have a good reason. But we do opposite, right? Why should I quiet? I have the right things. I have a good reason. So something like that. This is the one example. We do many opposite things to gaining happiness. Therefore, not really wise, right? If you really want to know a difference between wise and foolish, you should read the Sakya Pandita's the good saying. They call good saying. Good saying.
Good sayings, or there's another title, ordinary wisdom.
Yeah, ordinary wisdom or good sayings. It's not really completely talks Dharma, but it's really talks in worldly who is wise and who is foolish. So even we are not the worldly wise. Of course, then not the Dharma. Not, or another way to say, even we are not really wise for gaining temporarily, and of course, we are not wise for gaining ultimately. Right? It's long terms. Of course, we are not wise. So therefore, if you really want to become a wise, then try not lose the point, which is benefit long terms. Right? And then let it go something you know that it's disturbing it. Then we are becoming wise. So therefore it says the way which is the wise behave. And continues is talking that here, actually Lamrim also talks with the details. He said the fourth, having understood that disturbing conceptions, which is mental afflictions, are okay. Having understood that disturbing conceptions are completely overcome by superior insight endued with calm abiding, first of all, I should search for calm abiding. This is achieved through the genuine joy of these
Unattached.
Yeah, unattached to worldly life. Okay, so I think this really talks in Lamrim. I'm not going to repeat it again here. It talks how important calm abiding. And without calm abiding, we like almost we, let's say, without calm abiding, we cannot destroy the cause of suffering. But the temporarily, yes, without calm abiding, there some way there, even we don't have a calm abiding, temporarily we can avoid to suffering or cause of suffering. We can avoid it, or we can overcome a little bit the cause of suffering temporarily. As well as you are doing morality practice, it's help you to overcome by some kind of mental affections. It's a very temporarily. So, and then temporary means it comes back again. Whatever you avoided, it comes back again and again and again. So therefore you are not free forever, right? So therefore, he really wants to free from the suffering, cause of suffering forever. Then only the foundations or fundamental practices shamatha or karma biting, as Lamrim said that way, and then you might remember it. So therefore, not necessarily go the details. Okay. So now from next fifth stanza, it's teaching us how to detach it. Okay. So we have attached with the person, the man to woman, woman to man, or both their relative, right? Friends. That's attached to friend, attached to person. We do have it. So first is talking about how to detach to persons, the beings. Yeah, the person is not necessarily only the human beings. Also, we have attached to the animal beings, right? So just say beings. It's the first is talks about how we how we apply antidote, or how we engage the antidote practice for eliminate attachment, right? And then seconds are talking about how I can destroy attachment which have to the things, not the beings. Okay, things here, not the things that material things only. Things here, your fame. Again, go back to worldly concerning. You're right. Your expectations, your fame, all these things are also should be destroyed because we have a touch on that. So that's next. After that, it talks about how to apply antidote for detaching to the things are. Okay. And I'm reading here Gyaltsabje's commentary of this Shantideva text. Gyaltsabje is one of the disciples of Lama Tsongkhapa, right? His right hands, which is right hands, the Gyaltsabje. His the full name is the Venerable Gyaltsab Dharma Rinchen. Dharma Rinchen, that's his full name. Gyaltsab is his kind of his title. So I'm reading his commentary, and then he give us some point here to how to detach person, beings. Then it says, think the fault of having attachment to beings. And then he mentioned here 5 faults. The 5 faults, the first one, we are not meeting with which we wish or which we expected. Right? This is or the, like I say, suffering that which we have comes through by not meeting which we expected. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And
Suffering that arises from not meeting with what we wish or expect.
oh yeah, which we wish for, expect. Yeah. And then second, the false is a doing angel. And then the second one is talking about if you love to someone very much, then not seeing that lover in a few moment or few period, you are unhappy, right? That suffering, again, that suffering, you are not seeing that suffering arises by that not seeing who you really love. That's the second. And then third one is like a dissatisfactions. Whatever you have it, then based on that you okay, you are never satisfied with the things which you wanted. Even you have it, you want more and more and more. That's dissatisfactions. The dissatisfaction is one kind of sufferings arises from the mental afflictions again, right? Attachment, and then it says also collaborating. The collaborating these three
Combination.
no more explanations, details, giving more detail, extensively. Collaborating. What is that? Elaborating.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Elaborating. How was it collaborating? Elaborating these things, and then what call? Oh, I'm reading. Okay, dissatisfactions, and then also the attachment will be disturbed or disturbed to you, obscured to you to attain nirvana, and then attachment rest your human, the precious life. Okay, so attachment brings you to suffering, which is mentioned here, and also attachment obscure to the attain nirvana, and attachment rest your the human precious life. These five are the fault of having attachment. And then, yeah, I guess Dhamma Rinpoche is making like a point, which is talking next things. Like first will be explained about the fault of attachment, that you are having suffering not meeting with which you expected. Okay. Now, stanza fifth. Because of the absence of transcend being, absence one transcend being has four other transcend beings. Transcend. He will not see his beloved ones again for many thousands of life. Many thousands of life. Okay. The first two lines said, because of this absence, one transcendent being has four other transcendent beings. Is this the fifth one?
Obsession.
Oh, yeah, because of the obsession, okay. Because of the obsessions, one transcendent being has four other transcendent beings. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I think it's saying here, all this are who do have attached to the person, and the person who the being, the whether it's near one or not near ones. Um, these are in generally it's changeable. It's impermanent, right? It's impermanent. It's always changed. It's not always remaining as my relative. It's not always remaining as my parents. But not always. This lifetime, yes, but not always, because it's change. Therefore, as well as it is impermanent, it's a changing that we know that is changing, then the what reason attaching on that? The attaching brings you the aspect that never change it. Then you are expecting wrong because it's going to change it. It naturally it's changing it. So therefore, shouldn't attach it because it's changed it. That's I said it, right? That's I think it says here, the obsessions on transcendent being and has for the transcendent being. And that's he will or she will not see his or her loved ones again for many thousands of lives, because attachment to let you create it, making many negative karma. As well as you have a more negative karma, that much you will not have a good life, or that much you will not meet with the good persons, that we will not meet with who you love. Therefore says here, for many thousands life, whoever will not cease, they are believed once again for many thousands life because of attachment. You see the connection? If you have a strong attachment, then you will create more negative karma, right? Yeah. Therefore, it says the first one is that our expectation is wrong because we expect it, hold it forever. We expect it, stay with forever. We expect it remaining forever, right? Because we are expecting not separating from us, which we really love. But we know in reality it's not happening. Therefore, our expectation is wrong. We are following wrong expectations as we have a wrong view, thinking is permanent. Then saying here, should understand impermanent, change your view, change your wrong view to correct it, to understand it's permanent. And then as well as permanent, then how there are no reason expected it that remain forever, right? Okay, this is beautiful teaching actually. Also, we understand when it's taught to us, when we study it, we understand. But still, you will not change. Then what fault there? It's a beautiful teaching. I understand. It makes sense to me. Yes, I'm doing wrong things. I'm thinking wrong. I'm expecting wrong, but still I'm expecting. What wrong is that? Because we are not practicing it. We are not mindful on that, or we are not deep understand of this. It definitely makes sense, even we are not deep understand, it changes, but it's a big difference. You meditate on that and just understanding it. It's a big difference. So we are lack of meditating on it, impermanent. We are lack of mindfulness. We are lack of deep understanding. Therefore, even we know, it makes sense for us, but still not change. As Dharma here talking, even you make sense, is not change you, then why should the Dharma study? Why we study Dharma? Why we practice? Right? All this practice change our mind. Of course, we all accept it. The changing is not easy. It's not simple. That's true. Very true. It's not comes in one day. All this change is not the change immediately in one day. You will change after 1 year if you daily meditate on that. That's how we should expect it to changing it. Because our habit, right, it's a strong, very strong, that much strong, comes with us beginningless time. Right? If we have some dirts in our shirt, like a very heavy dirt, then you need to use soap 4 times, 5 times, the third 10 times, right? But this just dust from our outside dust, you can just rinse it. It will be clean. But sometime in our shirt here, what called?
Maybe your shirt's called stain.
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 Yeah, we have very thick here, right?
Collar?
No, when we not wash the clothes, we have some kind of wherever, like a very thick stain. What called?
On clothes?
Yeah.
On the collar.
What's that?
On the collar.
On the cloud, yeah.
On the collar.
Yeah, on the color, sometimes we do have like you will work hard and soiling, you will not wash it, tomorrow wear again, then it's become very thick. Maybe you might don't have experience, but many people say that. But the point is, if you have a strong like a stain in your cloth, then it's not really simple way to rinse it. No, not the cleanse by the just rinsing it, right? It need a cleanse, and they need to put soap many times, or need a strong soap, or 10 times, 20 times. Then slowly it's a cleanse, right? The same way, our habit is like a stain. It's a long time habit, built by life from beginningless. And of course, it's not really simple way to cleanse it. It's not easy to cleanse it. It's not easy to change it, or simple way cannot change it. We need to work hard, and then every day, and then should expect it. After 1 year, little bit change. That's depend on your daily practice, right? Your daily practice.
You're selling a different kind of soap.
Yeah, yeah. So that's really depend on your daily practice. And then it's slowly, it's kind of like a change it and reduce it. Then maybe after 1 year, you'll be okay. If you think and if you meditate on that. If you do not think, then of course will not change. And then if we not change, then we are remaining as the same person who have circling with the suffering. And we are not wise. Right? So then do not call to self, I'm wise. You're wise with some point, but not really wise. So because you know you are circling with the suffering, we still you don't want it, that also like we are let it circle it. We are leading the circling on with the suffering. So okay, here we're learning for changing ourselves, because I don't want suffering, because not just myself, also I want to help others to free from suffering, right? It's a big job. It's a big job to free from your own suffering, and helping others to live free from suffering is a big job. And then you're expecting big job, you are kind of like willing to do that, but day by day, you are meditating with your attachment, you are meditating with your anger, you are meditating with your jealousy, there's no way to change it. Instead of anger, you should meditate with the love and kindness. Instead of attachment, you should meditate with the impermanence. Instead of jealousy, you should meditate on the rejoice. Then change it. Right? I'm not saying just you, okay, include me. Included me. Try practicing, and yes, I might have a less suffering than you, never know. So okay, it's very like a very good point. Say because of the obsessions one's transcendent being and her has for other transcendent being. Okay, that's I don't know transcendent. The general saying, as we know, as impermanent, then who will attach on that, right? So attaching, as I say, attaching is that you don't want to change it. You don't want to be separated, right? That's attachment. Okay, anyhow, it's changed. That is like a really good to understand. And then it says, not meeting with that love again, many thousand lives. Then of course, we are doing really wrong things. We want to meet with this loved one again and again, but the practicing is do opposite. Therefore, always I remember that Shanti Deol, and we wish to live free from suffering, but we're running after the cause of suffering, and we wish to be more happy, but we keep destroying cause of happiness. It's very powerful words. It's very powerful words. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop here. So just remind me from next, we are starting from verses 6. Okay. Okay, so let's have some discussion and question answer.
Geshe,
Yes.
I was thinking about our teachers, and like it's not really attachment but it's devotion because there are teachers. And but I don't see it as attachment, really. Do you know what I'm saying?
Understand. Yeah. Mm, this is the same, I think, with the enlightenment and nirvana. We do have a devotion to attain nirvana and enlighten, no attachment, right? You know, that's very true. But I always telling people, how you know that you are not attachment to your teachers? If you are actually both more biased, thinking it's my teacher, who are blaming to you? You shouldn't blame to my teacher that you having anger to other. It could be attachment then, right? You understand? Yeah, many of us, we do like attached to our own teacher, our own religious, our own temple, because if someone blamed on that, someone criticized, then you get angry, and then something happening, your mental affliction arises. That means you do have a attach. But I'm being honest to saying this. Some politician teacher will never say that. Do not attach to me. Do not, even someone blame to me, you should quiet. Politician teacher never said that. Because the politician teacher need a more people. Politician teacher need a more famous, right? Politician teachers need a more, many expecting things there, right? Therefore, not really be honest to you. So not just you, even we have a Tibetan retreat. I'm really honestly telling them, you shouldn't attach to your teacher. And then if you attach to your teacher, then you will do make famous to your own teacher, and someone criticized, you will get angry, and this all this they're doing wrong practice. We shouldn't attach in our religious, we shouldn't attach in our teacher, we shouldn't attach in our view, but always be stay with the reason, and then always be be honest, right? Not the bias. It's more honest with the unbiased. So sometimes I feel like no one's supporting me because I keep saying that no attached to teacher, right? No attached to teacher, no attached to your way. Sometimes I feel, oh, no one is supporting me, or no one thinking of me. You know that actually you're doing right. You're doing right. Serving teacher and supporting with the bias is different. We have to know that's different. If you serve to teacher that try to make him more famous. I'll give you one example. Let's say in our family, if we have a parents and brother and sister, and then when we go outside, always complimenting each other, whether they are true or not. My son is good, my girls is good, my daughter is good, my father is good, my mother is good, always good and good and good. With the bias. I don't think it's always good, but there are having more attachment. It's all goes with the self. Judy, thank you for reminding me to say that. Actually, you are right. Shouldn't have a attachment to teacher. So that's I'm just more clarifying on that. Okay. So here and the other point goes with your self-centeredness. Why you are making your teachers important? Why you making your parents is important? Why you making your brothers and sister important? If they are important, then I will gain something good name. Because who I stay with? If I stay with all this like a foolish and dumb people, then how people view to me? If I stay with all these wise people, how they view to me? Therefore, I try to make all this surrounding me to make wise, because I want to be more famous. It automatically goes with the self-centeredness, right? All these activities goes with the self-centeredness. Therefore, the guru devotion practice never associate with any attachment, any unbiased, more honest, bias, and shouldn't bias, and then exactly take guru devotion practice as instructed to us. You know, therefore, the people fight for religious because the attachment. If you do not have an attachment, you will not fight for religious. If you do not have an attachment, if you have a good reason, you will never let it go. That's true. Whatever you have, we are now studying that Buddhist religious, and there are many things you like it with the reason. How much you have a good reason to study and practice Buddhist religious or Buddha Dharma, that much you will behold it. You will not let it go, but not mixed with the attachment that holding things. If mixed with the attachment, then you will get angers if someone blames to Buddha Dharma. Right? Okay. You are thinking Buddha Dharma is good because it's helping me in our daily life. You are not thinking Buddha Dharma is perfect, that my choice is perfect, to showing up. You are not thinking you are not studying Buddha Dharma for show up. My choice is perfect. I'm wise man because my choice is perfect. This is just kind of like showing up. It's an attachment, right? The attachment let you show up. Attachment let you get anger. Attachment let you fight for other, for teacher, for religious, for your view, for whatever. But without attachment, just reasoning help you to keep continuous. Understand? I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, but how do you do the guru yoga without some attachment to your teacher? I don't understand.
Same as nirvana and how you do, you are like seeking nirvana and enlightenment without attachment. We should do without attachment, right? Yeah. Therefore, it's very difficult to separating that my devotion and attachment. It's difficult to separate it, but just follow the instruction, what said it, and then with the reason, with the thing, because all this instruction in Lamrim, the example, the Guru devotions, talks to us in Lamrim with reason. You think all this reason, follow the instruction and all this reason, whatever you do the Guru devotion practice, you think reason more. If you think more reason, the attachment will be automatically getting less. Because of course we have a very difficult to separating my devotion and attachment. That's true. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it says you shouldn't have an attachment on anything, but you should expect it enlightened. You should expect it nirvana. You should expect it to achieve this all path. You should engage this all practice. These two are not contradictory, right? That's how you know. That's how you should know.
I'm sorry, did you say expect? Can you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, expect.
Oh, expect. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Geshe.
Anyone?
So, Geshe, at what stage is attachment to the Dharma? At what stage of meditation is attachment to the Dharma released?
Dharma reduce.
Reduced, release, attachment to the Dharma, reduced or released.
Mm.
And what kind of like a level of realization is attachment to the Dharma released?
Level.
Well, some kind of spiritual attainment.
Oh, I see. Difficult to say the level. I don't know. Even the ordinary being can, I think, even the ordinary being can do Dharma practice without attachment. Therefore, difficult to say perfect level. From here, never have attachment to Dharma. From here, you do. So let's say, okay, once you attain any path, when you achieve any path, then you, I'm not saying completely reduce attachment. If you ask me to completely reduce attachment to Dharma, then I'm guessing, okay? I'm not sure. I guess, yes, once you achieve any path from accumulation path, above accumulation path, then you will not have attached to Dharma. But you will still have attachment, but not, I think, not attached to Dharma. Even the ordinary being who do not have achieved any path, ordinary being could be, have aspiration to do Dharma practice without attachment, possible.
Can I add something to that?
You're welcome to do that.
Yeah, because I'm not sure, when I'm hearing John's question and listening to what you had said previously about attachment and mental afflictions, it seems to me that we can practice the Dharma and study the Dharma without attachment from the very beginning, because if we can recognize the value of the Dharma and recognize how it helps us, but if there's any clinging, such as something that brings up a mental affliction like pride or jealousy, or like you want to grasp it like it's something to be, I don't know, it just seems to me that we don't need to be attached to the Dharma in order to practice and experience it. I don't know. But I mean, because I think that if you're attached to something, then you're going to have mental afflictions. You're going to feel pride about your knowledge, or pride about your abilities, or whatever. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, you are adding, I don't know.
What?
You are adding more, I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking of what John was asking. So I'm like talking to John.
I was just kidding. Yeah, it's a point. It's a good point. Understand.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, whether or not the presumption is that, the understanding of the Dharma applies to all beings, right?
Mhm.
So that, and therein, that assumption that it applies to all beings kind of resolves this issue, right? Because you're asserting, you're essentially asserting that everybody kind of lives in in this, everybody understands this experience, right?
Mhm.
And on some level, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay, that's all.
yeah.
All right, I'm just making trouble. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Any question? No?
Geshe, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Okay.
So my main meditation is death impermanence,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helped me very much with a lot of peripheral things. But
Nice.
when it comes to attachment on the few things that I'm very strongly attached to,
Mhm.
even though intellectually I know it's going to lead me to suffering, I prefer to suffer anyway. So in other words, what I think is the attachment for me sometimes is worth the suffering. But these are only on a very few specific things. The impermanence meditation has helped me greatly on a lot of other things, but not my very few strong attachments.
Okay, then I can say you are big change then.
Big, I don't know if I'd say big, but I'd say,
The few
enough.
the few attachments left over is a big change, right?
The few attachments that I cannot get over, that is what I'm stuck with. And I think that I still think that I'd rather suffer than lose the attachment.
Okay, so you are more counting that object of having attachment has a few, right?
I think so. I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay, and then but I would still say it's good change, but you should also avoid with however you have attachment in few things, to look at the attachment itself, how strong it. As well as attachment itself is how strong it is. It's remaining more stronger than pure object. Not makes different with the many object. The attachment. So we have to reduce attachment itself. Yes, it's depend on detach with the object, but the more focus on reduce on attachment itself to get less and less.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Geshe, I was just wondering if you can just explain exactly what you mean when you say calm abiding.
Calm abiding means your mind is more concentrated with the object single pointedly. That's the mean calm. Abiding means continuously remaining with it. That's exactly translate Tibetan word shi ne. Shi means like a calm or be not distracted by external things. Calm means, okay, sorry. She is, as we explained in Lamrim, not distracted. And then ne means your mind single pointedly remaining with the object continuously. So, and then I can say in brief, your mind single pointedly considered with the object continuously without any distraction and thinking. That's the calm and abiding. Yeah. This, I think, exactly translate Tibetan word shine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And then everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
Hi, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Anything, I will send you that the text by WhatsApp, okay?
Okay.
Oh, 주지치, 라쏘. 주지치.
Also,
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank